Hey gang, Jason here for The Love of Tractors, and I'm with the brand new Steiger 580 AFS Connect, etc., etc., etc. from Ertl. This is part of the new Prestige line of 1/64 scale toys. I guess it's technically from Tommy, whatever. But super excited to get my hands on one of these. So the box, first off, is great, right? Open window, we can see inside. So if you're one of those strange guys that don't like to look at their tractors or play with their toys, you don't have to. You can look at it. Moving around side, we just got a little info there. So this is a 12.9 liter Tier 4B final motor. So for some reason my camera is drifting for no reason whatsoever. Sorry about that, guys. And, this thing makes 580 horsepower, but 433 kilowatts. I was looking at that. I was trying to... Anyway, yeah. Checking out the backside, we've got some, check out these other products from Ertl and Tommy. So, there you go. Anything there you're interested in, be sure to check that out. And, more of the same on this side. So, pop you up here, top here, look at that. Kind of an upper view. Since I'm not one of those, let's leave it in the box, guys. Give me a second here. We're going to pop this thing out of the box. Alright guys, so here it is out of the package, and real quick I'm just going to sort of spout off a couple of the negatives, and then we're going to get into the good stuff here, because there's a lot of good stuff here. Sorry about the camera shake. So first and foremost, I don't like the tires. I do love the rims though. I think they're excellent. So they're not just plastic, they're plastic, but they've been shot with some paint there to make sure they don't look super plastic-like. That's fantastic. Those look great. Like I said, not a fan of the tires. We've seen those tires before. It's okay. It is what it is on those. I don't expect Ertl to repop new tires, although how cool would these look with the authentic tires on there? But that's okay. That's all right. There's the negative. Negative 2, we get the Ertl hitch back here, which I kind of get. So what we've kind of come to learn, guys, is this Prestige series is kind of bridging the gap between the sort of just play stuff and the authentic series, which we don't know if that's ever going to happen again or not. But so we don't expect them to go all the way with handrails and a real hitch and all that sort of thing with that in mind. That's okay. So obviously easy fix for customizers, but if we're honest, most people who aren't big custom guys or big display guys, they want this hitch on there. So we've got to keep that in mind when we're doing a review like this too. Other than that, I don't have a ton of negatives. It doesn't articulate well. I mean, there's no question about that. That's an easy fix. If you pull the casting apart, there's just a little thing up in here you can grind on, and you can make it articulate better. So that's kind of a quick custom fix. I say easy fix because I tear apart tractors all the time. I realize not all you guys do that, and that's okay. But for me, and for most custom guys, that's going to be a pretty easy fix. 2, I would have loved to have seen the intake and the exhaust get the same treatment as these plastic wheels. So look how great and shiny those plastic wheels look, right? But then you kind of got the plastic look of the intake and the exhaust there. So, that's okay, I get it, but I just would have liked to have seen just that little extra push there. Now, okay, enough negative. This tractor is fantastic, guys. And that's kind of the bottom line here. So I don't want to be negative. So I love that we get the weights up front. I also love that if you don't want them, it's 2 screws. Just 2 Phillips head screws, and those are going to pop right off. So that's cool. The big new hood looks awesome up here. The headlights are okay. I mean, they're a Tampo. From a distance, they look pretty good. I don't know that you can tell that they're a Tampo from a distance. Up close, you certainly can. But they look pretty good in general. The intake and exhaust, despite what I said earlier, I think they look cool. I mean, I do love the sort of configuration of them. And then check this out. So see that? So see how the breather intake pipe here kind of sits down in this little recess? That's really cool. Like, I think they could have skimped on that and did that differently, and not too many people would have noticed. But that's a little extra casting detail that I've got to give them credit for. It's great. All right, sliding on over. Another thing they did that I really love. In the past, on quad tracks and on these, they always put a little nub out here that was supposed to be a handrail. Now they've quit pretending that there's a handrail there, which makes this so much easier for us to customize. It means we don't have to grind that off and basically strip the whole tractor out to reshoot it. Plus, we don't have a hood seam, so that makes that super easy as well. Then, moving along, we've got work lights everywhere. I guess it should move up front. So check that out. Work lights there, on the side, and back here as well. All nicely painted. All look great. And of course, we've got our flasher beacons on the mirrors. The mirrors, they can kind of swivel and pivot a little bit. And then we've got a nice reflective decal on there. They're not just painted. So I think that's fantastic. Also note, that's a two-part. I don't know if how well that's going to show up on the camera, but that's a two-part decal there. Looks great, I think. I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic for what they did. Sorry, you're gonna see a little shadow there. I did a little movement. Now, one thing on these Case IHs, I think they always really do pretty well, is the relief casting on the intake, or on the, I'm sorry, the articulating joint is pretty good. Even though it doesn't articulate well, it's pretty good. Now, this does pivot really well, by the way. And we do have our steps here to get up here. So another custom thing, you could put your filler cap right there. Super easy. Just drill a little hole, drop like a straight pin in there. You've got a really nice looking filler cap. Be like a 10-second mod. Step detail is great. You get the paint, and then on the bottom steps you get the kind of black rubber paint, and then you also get the step grip tampos there to make it look like the step grip is on there. That's just a nice little detail that they probably could have got away without doing, but I'm really glad they did. Kind of over here, oh, look at that. This side gets the simulated rails. Oops, come on, focus in there. There we go. This side gets the simulated rails. Okay, I mean, that's not a huge deal, but dang. I was really hoping not to see that. Moving along here, of course, we got the hydraulics on the back. Always appreciate that. Looks like they've got a little PTO casted into that as well, so that's kind of neat. SMV is a completely separate part and sticks out, so that's cool. There we go, get the camera to focus, excellent. And then what I'm trying to show you here is the interior, which of course has the flat disc steering wheel that Ertl is so known for, but everything else is excellent in there. Looks like we've got the sort of premier cab or deluxe cab with the red leather in there, and if you look real close, there you go, you can see your air conditioner vents on the console, so that's really cool. That's a nice detail that they certainly could have got away with not doing, but they did it. So big props to them for that. So let's see just how this thing sits with an implement on it. So here's a scratch-built Landau. I believe this is an Adam Frericks build, if I remember correctly. Let's pop that onto there. Yeah, that sits good. Nice and level. The hitch works fine. Great. So there you go, guys. Great looking tractor. This Case IH 580, Steiger 580, fantastic. I like it. So $20-25 is what it's going to take to get one of these in that neighborhood. Great platform for customization. I know Ertl hates that, but that's just too damn bad. Whoops, too darn bad. And yeah, what a great little tractor for the money. I think it's great. I'm really happy about this, and hopefully we can maybe see some John Deere R Series kind of getting this same treatment soon. Wouldn't that be cool? So, okay, guys, that's going to do it for me tonight. Hope you enjoyed this one. Have yourselves an awesome day. Please check us out at fortheloveoftractors.com. The podcast is out and humming on all of your podcast places. We're, of course, on every Facebook or every social media thing you can imagine at this point. Would appreciate it if you'd check it out there. So have yourselves an awesome day, and happy tractor hunting.